Hello, this is Top 5 Wednesday, summer reads, so top 5 books that you like to read in the summer, I guess. I'm not really a summer person, like most people are like, can't wait for the summer to get here. I'm actually the opposite. I usually can't wait till summer ends. But I interpreted this as sort of the kind of books that you would read outside or by the pool or something like that. So these are the top 5 books that I would read on vacation or by a pool or whatever. Generally, those types of books are sort of like fast-paced and very like low thought. First one would be the Meg books by Steve Alton. These are thrillers, sort of like Jaws, but with a megalodon instead of Jaws. He has other series too. The Lock, which was really good. It was about the Loch Ness Monster. But another one like this, I guess, would be Jaws. But they're thrillers, they're fast-paced, lots of action, sort of like page-turners. You can't really put it down. They don't take a ton of thought. I guess if you're trying to figure out certain details, I guess you could be thinking. But generally, it's just sort of like a fun ride, like watching Jurassic Park. That book was always kind of disappointing to me because it was a lot of thought and a lot of science. But these are less of that and more of the action, so it's like you were actually watching the movie Jurassic Park versus reading the book Jurassic Park. However, if you're spending a lot of time in the ocean in the summer, maybe it's not the best thing to read. Sort of like how, you know, after you see Jaws, kind of get freaked out about going in the ocean. Even though it's a megalodon and you know they're not there, just kind of the images would probably freak you out a little bit. I don't know. I don't go in the ocean, so it's not an issue for me. The second one I was thinking would be mermaid books, just in general. There's a couple series that I really enjoy mermaids-wise. The one that I'm currently trying to finish up is the Waterfire Saga. This is the last one in the series. The first one is called Deep Blue. It's a really good series about these mermaids from all over the world, and they have to sort of come together, help each other beat this bad in the sea. So it makes me think of summer because it's mermaids, and so like you think about the ocean, and I guess sort of like a beach read, I guess. So the next one I would say would be the Percy Jackson series, partially because they take place in the summer, but also partially because they're just fun and easy to get through, and they're, you know, all about adventure and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the sort of thing that you want to read when you're on vacation or summer break or sitting by the pool. You just kind of want to read about some people doing some crazy things. And Rick Riordan has great humor, so there's humor in it as well. It's about demigods, children of the gods in the modern world, who go on these quests basically to save the world at different times for different things. It's fun, and if you haven't read it yet, you should definitely get to it. Rick Riordan's other books are also great, but I guess this series is the one that really makes me think about summer. The next one I would say would be the Discworld books. I was thinking specifically about The Color of Magic. I don't actually have The Color of Magic with me. This is the sequel to The Color of Magic. It's the only one that sort of requires you to read it in order, partially because it picks up right where the first one left off. But these books are really funny and they're really fast-paced. Terry Pratchett didn't break them up into chapters, so I feel like that kind of lends itself for reading it in one sitting. There's no like natural place to stop. There are breaks, but like breaks in scenes, not really breaks in chapters. So at least for me, it's like a psychological thing where I'm like, oh, I have to keep going and find out what happens because there's not like a natural place to stop. Otherwise, they're also really funny. He's great at, like, his characters are just amazing. And there's a ton to choose from when it comes to the Discworld books. So they're a great choice if you need like a light, fun, summery read. The last thing I would say would be any kind of like trashy, guilty pleasure, mass market paperback book style kind of thing. For me, that's something like Mary Janice Davidson. This one's actually about a mermaid. That's like a double whammy. But these are, you know, these are zero thought, and you just sort of breeze through them because they're so light and fluffy. They're great for planes, but also for sitting at the pool when the sun is sort of making you a little bit tired and you can't really think much, but you want to read. They are not really ones I would generally read just out of the blue, but when I need like a light fluffy read, and you know, they're lighter too, so they're good for traveling. These are definitely good for summer, vacation, or anything like that. So those are my top 5 summer reads, but like I said, I'm not really a summer person. I don't really read for seasons so much. I mean, maybe in the winter, like I'll read longer books because I feel like staying in and curling up with a book and some tea, but otherwise I'm not really like a seasons reader. I'm more like, what do I feel like today? So those are definitely not restricted to just summer. But if I were choosing a book that was light because I wanted to finish something quickly, or you know, just relax by the pool or something like that, I would probably pick a book like that. So those are my top summer reads. As always, there are so many books and so little time, so I'm gonna go read, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.